What is procrastination? Procrastination is when you stop, when you have stuff that you're supposed to be doing, but you keep on postponing it. Yeah, I will do it tomorrow, I'll do it the day after tomorrow, I'll do it after 5 days, I'll do it after 10 days. Then in the end, you end up just not doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. Even if these things are more important to you, you just end up not doing them. And I'll give you some of the reasons why you find yourself not achieving the goals that you set up for yourself just because of procrastination. Number one is you are a perfectionist. If it's about cleaning your room, or you have the idea of how you want that place to be, you want that place to be spot on, has to be very clean. I mean, it has to be well organized, like some room ideas that you have on your phone, or whether it's an essay that you have to start writing, you want to make it very perfect. There's nothing with being a perfectionist, but perfection will come when you start doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. Things can be very perfect in your mind, but at the end of the day, if you cannot send yourself to go and do those things that you're supposed to be doing, then that perfection that you have in your mind, in your mentality, is just something that is going to be imaginary. And you don't want to be a perfectionist in your mind, but you have to be a perfectionist in the way that you take action. If it's something that you want to do, if it's education that you want to pursue, be a perfectionist by you taking actions. But procrastination will come in when you're a perfectionist in your mind and you get nothing done. So stop waiting for you to be perfect to go and acquire that skill that you've always wanted to have. Stop waiting for you to be perfect or to be ready for you to go and do that thing. Do whatever you're supposed to be doing, and by you doing that, then you end up achieving the high level of success in it. But if you keep on procrastinating it, then definitely you're not just going to be achieving the goals that you're supposed to be achieving. The second thing is one has to be able to break the tasks. If you know that you're supposed to maybe do 5 things, or maybe just one thing, you have to do a job that will take you 3 hours. Let's say you want to do a general cleaning in your house, for example. Break it into small tasks. Maybe you can decide, if you live in a 2-bedroom flat, you can decide, okay, I'll clean the kitchen and the toilet first. Once I'm done with those, then I'll hoover the corridor. Once I'm done hoovering the corridor, I'll clean my bedroom, I'll clean the living room, and you have all the place clean. So once you break any task that you want to do, be it in your education, be it in any aspect of life, then you just find yourself achieving things without procrastinating the stuff. So break the things that you have into smaller and smaller portions, and that I can guarantee you that you'll be able to achieve everything that you intend to achieve. Number 3 is set a deadline for the tasks that you tell yourself. Let's say, for example, I tell myself I need to upload a podcast on my YouTube channel, but then because of me not giving myself a specific time that I want to do this, I just end up finding myself postponing it and keep on procrastinating it because I did not give myself a deadline. So even you out there, give yourself a deadline of the things that you want to go and do, or if it's that class that you want to go and take, give yourself a deadline. By this time, I want to have this specific skill, and that skill is going to require me maybe to take a 40-hour lesson every week, or to read a certain book for me to get to have the things that I wanted to do. So by me setting up a deadline for myself, it gives me the courage and the opportunity to just go out there and follow up with the things that I want to achieve. So it's always important that you set a deadline, and that's why if you go to universities and those who go to colleges, when they give you an assignment to do, for example, you take your time, you plan things through, and they tell you, okay, you have 3 months for you to complete this assignment. Then within the 3 months of the semester, then you have enough time for you to plan on it consistently, and even if you want to make it the best or the perfect essay that you always want to write, you have enough time. So that's why they give you the deadline. The deadline is for you to be able to have the task completed by a certain date, and you doing that, like if you achieve that without procrastinating it, or you cannot procrastinate it because he already has a deadline. That's, first of all, that's the starting point. This thing cannot be moved forward or backward because we already have a deadline that we are working on. So if you already have this deadline that you're working on, then most definitely you will now try to fit everything into that deadline. This is the same with your goal. I've met people, these people are like, yeah, Chris, I've always wanted to be a dancer. I've always wanted to be a musician. I've always wanted to know how to cook. But then, okay, fine, you've always wanted that. But what deadline do you have? Do you want to learn how to cook at 90? If 90 is your deadline, then you know that you have a specific place or a specific time that you're giving yourself for you to to achieve this. But if you don't give yourself a deadline, or you do not set up this deadline, then you just end up having dreams and goals that you may never achieve. So give yourself that deadline of when you want a certain task to be done. For example, if you want to quit your job, if you want to follow your passion and your career, then give yourself a deadline. By the time I'm 27, I should be graduating, or by the time I'm 35, let me be able to do these certain things that you wanted to do. So I'm calling out to you, or to give yourself this deadlines of when by this time I want to achieve this, and now hit the ground running for you, going after the things that you've promised yourself you want to achieve by a certain time, and that is going to guarantee you a lot of success there. Number 4 is eliminate the distractions around you. What are the distractions in your life? Personally, the distractions in my life are many. Number 1 is my phone. I think most of us, we can agree that the distractions in our life, our phone wastes more time. And if you want to know how much time you're wasting, calculate if you live in England. The minimum wage is about, I think it was £6 or £7, I don't know. If you spend 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, or even 6 hours on your phone every day, let's say, for example, someone spends maybe 10 hours on their phone, because I know that people go to bed maybe at 10 p.m., but they'll be scrolling on their phone until 1 a.m., 2 a.m. If you calculate in a 24 hours time, or in a 24 hours day, if you spend maybe huge amount of hours scrolling on Instagram, TikTok, and all these network social media platforms, you calculate that times 70, that's times 10. If you spend 10 hours a day, that's £70 that you've wasted a day. £70 times 10 days, that's £700. A month has 30 days, so 30 days you waste 700 times 3, which is 21 days, that are probably the working days. So you end up spending roughly between 1,800 to 2,100 pounds every month on the time that you spend on your mobile phone. And you calculate that times 10, that's 21,000 pounds, roughly 25,000 pounds that you just waste in a year without on your phone, on your device. So is this the biggest distraction that we all have? I would say probably 80% of the population, they waste that huge amount of time on their mobile phone, and they're not doing anything constructive. They're not trying to improve their life. So if you're wasting such amount of money in your life on your phone trying to do things, and I am guilty as well, as I'm telling you, you spend all this amount of time on your phone and wasting these resources, you could have gone out there all the time that you spend on your job, or even create a job that will be allowing you to be on your phone 24/7, make an income out of it that will be reasonable. So we are wasting all this amount of time, probably even shopping, spending our own money again on the same devices that are killing our time. So we are wasting double the resources, the money that we have, and we're also wasting the precious time that we have. So if you stop procrastinating, put all the distractions that you have. What's your distraction out there? Maybe your distraction is TV, that series that you're addicted to, or anything. I don't want to call reading books a distraction, because it is not. You're acquiring knowledge, and that can improve you in many other ways. I also read a lot of books, but sometimes I will stay with the book maybe for 2 or 3 weeks without finishing it. But I spend huge amount of hours on my social media. So folks, it's high time for us to cut this thing out and just live up the life that we want to live, a life that has no procrastination. Number 5, create a free stress environment. If the environment around you does not allow you to work, go to a library. There's libraries all over the place. Go to a library. If it's that magazine that you want to write, if it's that book that you want to write, you already have your ideas. Create that environment that will allow you to be listening, to be doing what you're supposed to do for you to achieve the end result of what you've always wanted to do. So create a good environment. Number 6, have a positive thinking. You see, when you have a positive thinking, you just achieve everything. But when you already have a negative thinking, I'm reading this book, maybe I may not even see the result of the things that I'm reading about now, but then maybe you're not supposed to see the result immediately. Maybe you're supposed to take time for you to start seeing this result of the things that you're supposed to be doing. So have that positive mentality. If it's you taking action about anything, just be positive in the things that you want to do, and eventually you'll end up achieving the things that you want to do. Number 7 is, and this I'm very mixed up, because it's tell your goals to others, or to tell others about your goals. But then if you tell people about your goals, then you fail to achieve them, they'll hold you accountable. And I think this is a very good point, because if you tell other people your goals and you fail to achieve them, they'll come back to you and be like, yo, you promised us this, this, and this, but you never did it. You promised us that you'll be, let's say, achieving something. You'll be having your degree in 3 years, but hey, it's already 4 years. How far have you gone? And people will be, if you tell other your goals and you fail to achieve them, they'll hold you accountable for that. And this is a good thing, and I think this is why I end up having it on my script, is because once you tell others about your goals, they hold you accountable, and that will make you at least feel guilty for a second. Yeah, I said this and I haven't achieved it, which is another amazing thing. Number 8, ask for help or for you to tackle the challenges that you face in your day-to-day activities. Yeah, we all face challenges in our day-to-day activities, so it's always good for you to seek that help from someone who already knows or who has an idea about the things that we want to do. If we seek for help, then success is definitely guaranteed. And you seek for help not because you're weak, but because it's the right thing to do. And this will help you to stop procrastinating, because if you see that the task that you've given yourself, you're not getting enough things done, then it's more important for you to go to someone and seek their help, not because you're weak, but because nobody knows everything. So you also out there, call that someone, seek the help, and it will help you a lot in procrastinating stuff. I am a victim of this myself. I said to myself that I'll be recording my YouTube videos every week and uploading them, but then I was giving myself an excuse that, yeah, let me first learn how to edit these videos so that I can start doing it. But hey, people learn these things while they are doing stuff. So just decided to myself, you know what, just go, start wherever you are, and you'll get to the point. I'm still learning while being here giving you the small knowledge that I have about these things. Number 7 or number 8, remind yourself the end goal. Many of us will give up because we don't want to remind ourselves of the end goal. If it's a podcast that you want to do, what's the end goal that you have? Maybe for me here, my main goal is to help someone out there to get the message, and at least give them things or give them the knowledge that they don't have, and that can end up helping them to live, to be better people, to be amazing people. That's the end goal that I have here, and I do that very, very well. Finally, number 10 is always reward yourself at the end of the day. You can reward yourself by telling yourself, okay, I've done A, B, C, D, I've achieved this. Maybe I can go and have that bar of chocolate. Maybe I can go and give myself probably a massage, or you can get your feet a good massage. You can do the things that you just want to do. For you, this will be more amazing, and it's going to help you in the long run to stop procrastination. Hey, that's the end of my video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Have an amazing one, and share this video with a friend that is struggling with procrastination. Give them this and tell them, hey, listen to this. I thought it might be of great help. See you next time. Boom.